Welcome to a new update, and in this update we're going to discuss Ethereum price prediction for 2022. 1k, 10k, 100k, 1 million. Where are we going to see Ethereum? Well, the last two definitely not, but where can we go with the actual price of Ethereum? As right now we've had a year that was wonderful for Ethereum. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel beneath, like this YouTube update as well, and check out my Twitter and Instagram where you can find daily content when it comes to the markets of crypto. So, when we are looking at the price right now or the valuation of Ethereum, what can we expect from 2022? Well, definitely we can be looking at a case where we might be looking at a flipping of Bitcoin, because it's not only about Bitcoin anymore, it's about the entire ecosystem. And what has changed with the fact that Ethereum has to take cover right now is the fact that one, it is being used in decentralized applications. So DEXs, for instance, are using Ethereum mostly to actually trade their assets, which we are using with Uniswap, SushiSwap and such. So the actual adoption of the Ethereum ecosystem has been growing relatively fast. We also know from the NFT space that if you want to mint your NFTs, you use Ethereum. Gave some issues with the fact that gas fees started to accelerate quite fast. But overall, Ethereum has been seeing some serious growth and demand in the entire year, resulting into the price accelerating quite fast. But more importantly, Ethereum has been shown way more strength than Bitcoin in the recent correction, which means that the interest or the strength with Ethereum is higher than in Bitcoin, meaning that potentially this cycle is not anymore about Bitcoin. It is about layer ones and Ethereum that are producing the first layer fundamentally for the entire ecosystem, because you need platforms and layer ones to actually succeed in this entire market space. So Ethereum was resilient for any correction. It has seen a correction in terms of USDT value, but in terms of Bitcoin value, it has been showing way more strength than Bitcoin has been doing. So that shows that Ethereum is the one to watch. That shows that Ethereum might be the key trigger for the markets. That shows that potentially we are seeing an Ethereum cycle instead of a Bitcoin cycle. And that is different than what we wanted to see. But because of the fact that Ethereum 2.0 is around the corner for the next year, and the fact that Ethereum has seen some upgrades which made the actual protocol become deflationary instead of inflationary, has shown that the price has been showing more strength in the past months. I think for 2022 we're going to continue seeing that move. We're going to show or see additional strength when it comes to Ethereum, and because of the strength of Ethereum, I think that 2022 is also the year that DeFi will have its next run. So I'm looking for expansion of Ethereum. I'm looking for new all-time highs in the Bitcoin pair because of the deflationary concept and because of the simple fact that Ethereum is being used way more, through which we might be seeing a potential flipping of Ethereum to Bitcoin. So that's the introduction. Let's head towards some interesting notes and towards some interesting charts that I've been seeing, and let's look at some potential price predictions for the next year, as I think that next year will peak out. Let's head towards the charts. So when we're looking at the price action of Ethereum, I've got a chart here which is comparable to, or which is from Raoul Pal, in which he stated that the price action of Bitcoin is this from 2017 is the same as Ethereum from this cycle. As a matter of fact, in some way he's right about this. I think that it is the Ethereum cycle right now. However, the cycle is taking longer than the previous one in 2017, because for the simple reason that cycles just take longer. Lengthening is happening, in which the actual parabolic movement will not be happening in 4 years, but rather I'm expecting it to be taking place in 5 or 6 years after the previous one, as the cycle is just taking longer than the previous one. And in that case, the cycle is actually different than the previous one, as last cycle we had Bitcoin carrying the entire markets. We've had ICOs being launched on Ethereum, through which we've also seen an Ethereum run happening on the markets just on the moment that Bitcoin was showing weakness. So instead of moving together with Bitcoin, we saw that Bitcoin was running on its own, and then the money was going towards Ethereum. So Bitcoin was the key trigger to that market. Well, right now, we might be seeing a phase where Ethereum is actually carrying the market as the number one layer one, instead of Bitcoin being the ultimate coin that everyone is watching. So in that case, you might be looking at a potential scenario that we have been shown here in the chart. It's not following it by date, but it's following it by terms of price action, in which a run of Ethereum towards 19k in this cycle seems likely to be taking place, as we are experiencing ourselves an Ethereum cycle instead of a Bitcoin cycle, as the entire coverage is way more on the layer ones. So in some way, he is right about this. However, it's just taking a little bit longer than the previous one. When we're looking at the price action, we've had a very swift move of Ethereum running upwards, in which what we can see here is that the entire bearish divergence is something you should not be looking at. We should be looking at the case where a crucial support zone is actually holding, which as a matter of fact is the case right now. We've had a beautiful retest, and Ethereum seems very likely to expand out itself towards the next target zones. In that case, if we're looking back in history, we've had multiple expansions as well. We've had a first run in 2016 and then another run in 2017, ending off with this big run in January 2018, reaching a peak high of 1.6k. We could be using Fibonacci extension to derive the next target points, in which we can be saying that, hey, based on this, the previous low of the cycle, previous high, which is this one, and we're reaching ourselves somewhere around the 3618. In that case, we could also say previous high, previous low. We can start targeting ourselves numbers where Ethereum might be topping out, which as a matter of fact is in that case target numbers around 12.6, 17.3 and potentially even 22k, through which once again the target number of 19k, if this run copy paste, is going to be similar, in which around the 3618 we've also been topping out, and if we do the exact same, we're definitely copy pasting what we have been seeing with Bitcoin in 2017. The crucial part here is that Ethereum has to hold a green block. If that happens, the trend continues and we can continue running the entire cycle. In that case, we can also see an even higher ROI on coins that are actually produced on the Ethereum network, because if it's developed on the Ethereum platform, Ethereum makes a 5x, the entire crypto market runs to 10 to 15 trillion. The platform projects will even go times higher, as it's a multiplier, as it's a riskier asset. So I think that Ethereum is going to be the key trigger for 2022, and a key trigger towards 19k, 20k, that might be the peak high, in which altcoins even run heavier. And that's the update for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like this YouTube update. I'll see you again soon.